All right, guys. So got another different one for you today, but I figure I'm going to post more on these rings. I mean, I've got the dumbbell program, the band program, the home gym program. So again, you can get so much done on the rings. Why the hell not? So for dips, biggest thing there, if you guys haven't seen how I've done that, I did it a little bit quicker, but just get yourself in the bottom position where your feet are comfortably on the ground with a knee bend. Once that's the case, just get good at slowly taking more and more weight off of your feet, so slowly offloading that until the point where you just have a toe touching to balance. You know, you're holding 95% of your weight in the rings, and then slowly get to the point where you can just lift your feet up. And so that's the progression. You might have a session or two where basically you're just just working on holding that bottom position without losing your shit and falling all over the place. So work on that. But then once you get through, I just thought this was a badass sequence how I did this workout, you'll see, is I did 3 rounds of dips, and I was able to do 3 rounds. I just recently worked up to 10 pounds, so I'd done 2 sessions with body weight. I was only doing like 5 to 6 reps, and so I was pretty pleased with myself to get however many reps that was with 10 pounds between my legs. That's what she said. That doesn't make sense. That's disgusting. But anyway, so then I did, again, I always love in my workouts to do straight sets still. Obviously, that's such a principle that I build stuff around. I'm still trying to build muscle. Is okay, if I can do straight sets, I'm going to do those first. I'm going to track it, and I'm progressing it. And I've done that basically 3 sessions in where I'm now doing more weight for more reps with dips. And then I've done 3 rounds of this all together. So just a nasty all-around push session because the dips themselves, I'm doing them for chest bias, and they're just freaking waxing my chest. Then I'm going even more into isolation with the fly. So the fly is just get a position where there's still tension at the top. Even though it seems like you're using such a small percentage, those flies are actually relatively brutal. The bottom's a nice stretch position, already fatigued from the dips, and then a hard contraction together. And this is basically like a Y raise. And same thing, it's actually not too bad of a profile. It's still technically maybe heavier at the top and a little too light at the bottom, but all things considered, pretty damn good. Hits every single head of your delts. And then basically, again, you've got the first 2 sets of dips. Do the same way that I always do. You basically try and do a top set, do a back off set. And then 3 rounds of this, you're basically working through fatigue. So it's going to be as heavy as you can in a fatigue state. And again, that level of fatigue should get high threshold motor units going and should still hit some failure points. So you're going to have some slow, painful reps. And so again, you look through this, dips already train all your push muscles. So it's massively painful on the chest, and then you're going to feel your front delts and your triceps a lot. Then we're going to something to take the pec even a little bit further, just in isolation with the fly. Then you're hitting every single head of your delt basically with that Y raise, and then you're finishing with a tricep extension, again, isolating triceps. And again, it was a nasty workout, man, because as you guys know, I like my metabolic and pump stuff. So the fact that I feel like I have a nice meat and potatoes movement with dips, and again, coming out of this, it's going to be maybe a little tough. My delts might not be as round and as full, at least not my side delts and rear delts. I mean, I think little stuff like that I'm going to be missing a little bit in the garage gym. Not a massive deal at all. But reality, getting good at dips again and ring dips, my chest could easily be thicker, my front delts could easily be thicker, and then again, just training my triceps in a little bit different way of, I've always worked better with pressing movements. I really have to find isolation stuff that works. So anyway, I say all that because, to be honest, this is a pretty badass workout. And again, how did I put this in? I kind of was supposed to have an off day, and I just said, F it, I'm just going to do an extra push session because all my push muscles, my chest is good, but I never feel good about the way my delts or triceps look, so if I can get some extra in. And again, the thing about these rings, those dips, it's very easy to, bust your ass on those the first couple times you try, like just a coordination thing. But once you get them, I like the rings because it's just very easy from an alignment standpoint. It's easy to make fit your body. So again, I love the workout overall. Look at it on paper, not super complicated, 2 straight sets of dips, then just 3 rounds through that. So the workout at most, even if you're going very slow in the beginning, less than a half an hour. And again, anecdotally, if you get strong at those dips, if I get to the point where I can do it with a 45, stuff's going to be biggish. And again, just from a pump standpoint, from a pain standpoint, it was just fun to run through those rounds of that a couple times. And believe me, I'm not used to actually hitting that kind of rounds with that kind of load, so the volume's waxing me a little bit. So if nothing else, very, very enjoyable workout. Hope you guys like it. Let me know below, and I'm going to start putting some more ring stuff up as well, too. Obviously, some of it's going to be just some made-up shit. I mean, there's almost no point to it for legs, except obviously one decent leg curl variation. The rest is just kind of all foo-foo shit. There's no real reason to put your foot in there for a split squat or anything. Although I could show that just for it looks sexy for the gram. But anyway, give me your feedback below. I'll give you some more effective ring workouts because, again, I think that rings are $20. You can still get them someplace. So if you're short on equipment or looking for stuff to do, I recommend getting some, because again, that's all you need for this workout. And again, no joke, if you do this workout consistently, especially if you don't have a whole lot else going on, you can do this 2-3 times a week, and there's no reason your push muscles can't grow as a result of it. So like I said, like 6 times, that's it. Leave me your feedback below, and hope you guys are liking these workouts.